Yo, it's Guido coming at you with the Tactics Talk, and we're going to talk a little bit more Onslaught, but we're going to feature today an oldie but a goodie, the IS-7, which is actually a fairly good choice in Onslaught. Still a pretty good choice in pubs as well. The one reason I like this over a lot of tanks on Onslaught, and especially on this particular map, Himmel's Enskdorf, is it's got pretty good armor in all directions, and it's bouncy in all directions. So when you get in these kind of maneuvering scraps, these just melees that you have in Onslaught, a lot of times on these flatter maps right there where there's not a lot of hold down capability to hide behind, where something like, say, the AMX-54, M454 would be nice, this thing gets you a couple goofy bounces along the way and keeps you in the fight. Okay, so you're giving up some other things. The gun's not particularly great, all that kind of stuff. But the armor in a battle like this, the other thing I find about Ensk is it's difficult to isolate the threat on this map, especially when you start fighting over here in the west side, and really to a large extent on the east side. Maybe we'll just talk about the whole map being that way. If you're shooting down these railroad lines, then yeah, you can kind of isolate to the front. But otherwise, because there's so many different ways to get around, you end up getting flanked on occasion, things like that. That's actually going to come into pretty good effect on this one right here. You can see we got a Super Conqueror, IS-7, E100, 50B, M454, a VZ, and an E100. So I wouldn't say that this is a particularly meta setup right here. We have a couple of the meta tanks. Interesting selections by a couple. I mean, we got an E100, two E100s in here, all that good stuff. But let's go ahead and get this going. I'm running I'm running vents, vertical stabilizer, and a rammer on this. I don't think I have in fact, I know I don't have all my field mods done on this. I haven't played it for a long time. 20 of the APCR, 6 regular, and 4 HE. Probably should be running all APCR in this mode, but I don't think I've ever taken anywhere close to 20 shots in this mode. Alright, so here we go. Spawned into the south. Now, we can talk a few more things about maps. There's another map I kind of like the IS-7 on, two actually, Pilsen, and the other one, Himmelsdorf. I think I prefer the M454 on Himmelsdorf because there is some good hold down capability there, and it's a little bit easier to isolate the threat over by the cap, although it does have a similar problem. People can get side shots on you on that one. But for this one, I really like the IS-7. It's got a decent speed anyway, so I don't feel like I really need to run the turbo, and I can use equipment on other things. Now notice that a lot of the guys go over to the east. This appears to be kind of the meta on this map. If you guys have any better ideas or different ideas, go ahead and let me know. I came over here with the VZ because I've also seen fast caps. If you invest heavily on the east side, a couple guys get on cap, and from over here you can kind of get shots on their side. But that's not how this fight's developing. Kind of watching these guys do what they're doing here. He's going to come out and give me a shot, and I'll back out. I'm going to go ahead and be able to get the artillery thing, and now we got to get into the fight because unfortunately there's two of us over here. If we look at the mini-map in a 50-51, that means the other side is down a tank. Our side is down a tank over where the brawl is. Probably not the best idea to drop that on the E100. I was hoping to be able to capture a couple guys at once, so I get a little bit of damage off of them. Better than nothing, but there was probably a better use for that. So I'm going to cruise back across here, and you can see that our team starts to lose, right? We're down a Conqueror, we're down an E100. That's a lot of hit points already. Their T-57 makes a bit of a mistake by breaking out in the open, and I'm wondering if he didn't think like things are starting to go really well for his team, so let me just push in here and try to nuke somebody with my clip. I wish I had cut left and gone over to help, because I think we could have taken that T-57 down faster, and that would have got my VZ-55 back over here faster. So that was not a great move. Still, though, I'm able to kind of make it happen eventually. Put a nice hit on him. Now I've got my magic power, we'll use that, and down goes the 57. But this is looking grim right here. If we pause it, the enemy team has done what you might expect when me and the other guy were out of the fight for so long, doing a whole lot of nothing over there. They've wrecked the rest of our team. Fortunately, the 50B had stayed out of the fight for a bit and still was in the fight to some extent. So it's me, the VZ, and the 50B. These guys have a little bit of damage, but not nearly enough. So this is going to be set up for a big old comeback right here. The only way we're going to win this is to be careful. I'm really hoping the 50B can maul someone. If he could get 2 clips in, that'd be amazing, but I don't think he does. He's getting He's getting pushed pretty hard. I can't push into the 110E3. That's not good. I'm waiting for the VZ. I can see he's moving towards us. I see over there, I say, all right, 50B, kill the 110E3. That will be a huge help. There we go. So at least he got a 110E3 out of the game. Unfortunately, now he's getting pushed by 268-4, and again, I haven't done a whole lot of anything right here. This is feeling like a real big problem. Good news is the 50B keeps that guy busy for a while. The VZ, I think, senses the same issue that I'm sensing. We have to kill this guy off as soon as possible. Now, that's a bit of luck right there. Obviously, 1078, we dropped that dude. And now we can both turn on the other guys. We have two coming from the south, but the TVP is somewhere. I'm just going to try to get out of the way, and then I find him. Boom, look at that. IS-7 doing its thing. All right, fine, we took a hit. Oh, geez, guy missed. That's great. Takes another hit, and we just keep pushing in. Another hit, that's fine. I would have loved to have bounced one. We rammed the dude, rammed the medium, and it only cost us about a third of our hit points. So not too bad. Maybe a little closer to half our hit points, actually. So the VZ is doing his thing. I'm going to hang out here for a minute. I'm worried they're going to get behind me and start shooting in the back. So I'm like, what are they doing? Are they going to push down through the trains and come at us? Or are they going to swing back around and get behind me and start shooting me from behind? So I'll just push a little further. Ah, there we go. They pushed in. Okay, good, good. Special power. There we go. Crew characteristics improved. Probably should have waited a little while for that. I'm like, where is this 268? Am I going to walk right out in front of this guy? Nope, there he is. And then I'm thinking, I thought there was an opening there, and I'm like, oh no, this is not good. 268 makes a good move. I'm going to try to track and hit him. There we go. I get a little stuck right here. I'm like, crud, this is going to suck. Yep. I figured I'd hit that or eat that shot. Let's push in here. No, let's not push in. I'm going to get a bad shot, and he's going to get reloaded. Let's just draw him in. If he wants to do that, that's fine. The two of us can start working on the U-100, except he's coming in here. Unfortunately, a crit damage. Bail out this way. And I'm hoping that BZ gets reloaded pretty quickly. Probably could have shot through that. I was a little bit worried. There we go. And look at that. So there's that IS-7 armor kind of coming through for me. Through no real effort of my own. Look how fast this dumb thing still backs up. Can't quite. There we go. So we clip him in there. Keep him from getting in front of us. Oh, that's a bummer. Get him, VZ. Little ram. Yep, I'm able to eat. I'm able to tank that last damage and not die.
Much obliged.
And down he goes from the VZ. So we dropped 4,579. Ended up with 2 kills. Obviously, some lucky things went in there. There was some good in there and some bad on my part for sure. I don't know. I'm assuming at this point, the way the meta's kind of developed on this map, it really is go over here and fight on the east side, because look, you can get through the trains. Is that true now for the rest of the maps for the pub version? That I don't know. I was not aware that it was this open right here. Maybe that's a change in the pubs as well. So very interesting. If you haven't noticed that, again, I'll have to go look at the pub map, jump into a training room or something and see if that's true. I'm assuming it is, because I don't think they've changed the maps just for Onslaught. So very interesting. That does change, I think, in my opinion, especially with a cap circle in the middle, changes the calculus of which side you go to. So it appears to me, like I said, most teams are going to the east that win, and then filtering back to cap if guys are trying to jump on cap. There you go. An oldie but a goodie. I think the IS-7 is still relevant. I'm not telling you it's the best tank to choose, but a lot of people have them. And for these flatter city maps / factory maps that don't have a lot of hold down stuff going on, or let's say depression hold down stuff going on, these are really good. The IS-7 is a solid choice. All right, that's all I've got, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We will see you.